Hey friends, this is Dan Valentine, and I've been eating exclusively plant foods for the last year or so, and it was one of the best decisions that I made. It's funny because I never would have thought that I would go vegan. I was someone that made fun of vegans and dismissed it as being kind of silly. But I have experienced a lot of benefits from it, and I'm glad that I made the switch. With physical health, I feel better than ever. You can eat as much as you want without getting fat. I get more than enough of every nutrient needed, as is evidenced by a recent blood test. I have a ton of energy because I'm eating 70% carbs, which give you a lot of fuel. You get a ton of fiber, which keeps you full for a long time. And it's the best poops ever. I don't even sit on toilets. I just squat, plop, and go. With mental health, I feel a lot better than when I was eating the standard American diet. Eating processed foods would give me a lot of brain fog, anxiety, not allowing me to think as clearly. I also got away from addicting foods like cheese, sugary foods, salty, crunchy sort of foods. These foods are essentially drugs that kind of trap us in a pleasure trap and turn us into food addicts in one way or another. We're reliant on consuming a certain way. I've also learned a lot more about cooking in 2020 than in any preceding year. I realized how limited my diet was and my knowledge about different foods. I've learned a lot of new dishes to prepare. I've experienced new flavors. I've discovered all these herbs and spices, which I had never used prior. Tofu fried rice, sweet potato red lentil curry, couscous, and homemade hummus. You don't need animal products to make tasty meals, is what I discovered, which I didn't know before. What do you eat on a plant-based diet, you might ask? So the four primary food groups are fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So to give you some examples, fruits. What are some fruits? You got the bananas, of course, in a smoothie every day. Apples, of course. Berries, best come frozen most of the time. Vegetables. What do you have for vegetables? I have 5 pounds of sweet potatoes right here. Just like $3. Other kale. I have kale pretty much every day. Super healthy. Broccoli that I have frozen. Sometimes get it fresh. What else do we have? So other than fruits and vegetables, the more filling things would be things like legumes. So when we say legumes, we're saying things like lentils. We're saying things like kidney beans and peanuts. Peanuts are also a legume in peanut butter. That's something that's filling. And then whole grains are things like barley, things like brown rice, oats, which I have pretty much every day, which between those four food groups, you feel healthy. You get more than enough nutrients of whatever's needed. You get more than enough protein. Protein's not something you have to worry about. And then other things. Other things would be like walnuts or seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, sesame seeds, which is the more minor part. And then you have plant milks, of course. So whatever plant milk that you want. You go into the dairy section and you see not just the cow's milk there, but you see the almond milk, you see the rice milk, hemp milk, oat milk, soy milk, whatever you want. There are so many different alternatives. And of course, you still have things like chocolate. You still have tasty desserts. You can still make delicious pastries, or you could just, eat straight up chocolate. It's just the only change is that it's dairy free. I hope to have you join me in going plant-based in 2021 and watch my next video in which I'll be talking about some commonly
asked questions.